Hey everyone, it's Austin Bach doing another Return to Ravnica draft, and get a pretty interesting rare here, Deathrite Shaman. It's pretty sick when you land it on turn 1, obviously, against most decks. Can be pretty annoying to play against. It kind of sucks you into Golgari, although you can play it in just black or green, although obviously you can't get full use out of its abilities, so yeah, looks like we're going to try to go Golgari here, even though there are a couple good Golgari cards in here, like Drag Mangler, Dead Reveler can fit into Golgari, Course of Might sometimes. There's also an Annihilating Fire, Electrickery are pretty good in this pack, Trostani's Judgment, so I'm going to try to stay out of red because I tend to go red in most of the drafts I do, and try to go some variant of black or green. Alright, and Precinct Captain comes out of this one for the rare, which is pretty awesome. I could go into like some kind of junk or Golgari colors here, but I think Precinct Captain is just pretty sick on its own. Could also take Bloodfray Giant and move into like Rakdos Splashing Green, whereas this would be like Selesnya Splashing Black for that. Yeah, I think just because Precinct Captain is the best card in here, it's probably quite a bit better than Bloodfray Giant, so I'll just pick it up here. And here we get an Eyes in the Skies, or an Assassin Strike, or a Golgari Longlegs, all of which are fine. And since we did pick up a Populate guy, I think I'm going to take the Eyes in the Skies here. And I'll try to move into Selesnya, Splashing Black, but never know what'll happen. So here I guess we take the Trostani's Judgment, even though the Staticaster is probably the best card in here, followed by Thought Flare, but we're going to try to stay away from Izzet at this point. But yeah, those are pretty much the only cards in here, is like Grixis cards, which we're going to try to stay away from. Just take the Trostani's Judgment, it's fine removal, a little expensive, but it does have some upside for us. So here we have a Fencing Ace, a Trostani's Judgment, a Trestle Troll, or Centaur's Herald, and I'm going to take the Centaur's Herald because it's pretty crucial to the Selesnya decks to get those low drop populatable creatures going. And Phantom General is also really nice when you have all these token generators. We already have, I think, 3, maybe 4. Ethereal Armor is not bad. Keening Apparition's a decent 2-drop, and not sure which is better between those two and Selesnya Keyrune, but I'm going to lean towards the Keyrune since we're already thinking about splashing a 3rd color off of our first pick, and it helps fill out our curve a little bit. I wouldn't mind playing Aerial Predation. It's generally a sideboard card, but it's not too bad. And there's really nothing else for us there, so. Alright, here we get a Selesnya Guildgate, or Trostani's Judgment, or Chorus of Might. And since we have these all sorts of populate going on here, I actually think Chorus of Might is the pick here. I think Selesnya, one of its strengths is representing tricks in combat to overpower the opponent. That's where it gets really strong. And I guess Bizarre Cravat is decent for that as well. Like if we're facing against another Selesnya deck that has a bunch of 3/3s, this makes one of the attacking centaurs a 3/5 basically, so they can't profitably block. Yeah, so what I'm looking for now is just more low drop creatures, more Centaur's Heralds, more Centaur Healers. Call the Conclave obviously would be awesome. And probably some Golgari Guildgates for this Deathrite Shaman, so that we are able to do instant sorceries as well as creatures if we're just splashing black. Alright, so the Golgari Longlegs wheeled out of this pack, which is miles better than Catacomb Slug, since we don't have to play black for it. We can just be 3 green, basically a fire elemental for green, which is just fine, and I'm not going to play any of these, so I'll steal Dynacharge. And Horncaller's Chant, sweet. I will most likely be playing that. And I will not be playing that. So yeah, let's see some more low drop token producers in the next pack. Alright, well, we didn't open any good Selesnya cards, really, except for, I guess, Centaur Healer. but Gerard is pretty sick. At worst, he's a 2/2 for 4, and obviously at best, he's pretty sick. We have to be a little more heavy in black to do this, so I'm going to be, I think, prioritizing fixing now more than almost anything, but I'm not going to pass up on Gerard when we're already considering these two colors. Wow, we get past an Abrupt Decay and a Guildgate, which is kind of too bad, but Abrupt Decay is certainly the pick here. We're going to be pretty heavily into black now, more so than I was expecting. There's also the possibility that we just abandon this whole Selesnya thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playable white cards. We could just move completely into Golgari, because it's looking pretty open right now if we just got past an Abrupt Decay. So on that note, I could take something like Swift Justice, but I will take a Slow Sway Scorpion, because it's pretty nice in Golgari. It's got Scavenge for only 2. Yep, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential cuts out of white if we move into black. So, or we could just play a Gatecreeper Vine, which makes our fixing a lot better. Pretty easy pick there. Another Chorus of Might, or Keening Apparition, or a Drudge Beetle. None of which are really exciting. Could also take another Long Legs, which might be the pick. Just go for like a mid-range Golgari splashing white deck. Seems doable. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Now we have some pretty sick rares in this deck. We've got Deathrite Shaman, Abrupt Decay, Gerard, and possibly Precinct Captain. I'd be happy with playing all or any of those. I'll take a Trestle Troll. That seems fine. Yeah, we're certainly moving into a more mid-range than aggro populate deck right now. Treasured Find could be nice. We do have some targets for it, like Abrupt Decay, Aerial Predation, Chorus of Might, possibly Eyes in the Skies. Yeah, it could work. We've got a little bit of graveyard theme going already, so seems like a fine pickup even if we don't end up using it. Alright, so we got a Centaur's Herald, 8th pick in this pack somehow, because this card is awesome. Even if I'm not Selesnya, I'm going to play this, because it is a 3-drop for 1, essentially. So what we're looking at right now is I think I'm going to cut the Precinct Captain, Eyes in the Skies, Phantom General, Berserk Abroad, most likely splash this Rastani's Judgment unless we get some awesome removal, like if Assassin's Strike comes back. I don't remember if that was this pack or the last one, but I mean they're comparable in power level. This is possibly a little bit better because of the Centaur's Herald, which we're probably going to play. Although Populate isn't going to be a major theme. And then I guess we have the Horncaller's Chant that might or might not make the deck, but it's looking pretty likely because we already have a little bit of fixing, and you know, we have ways to stall the board, and that's just a good way to break board stalls in the late game. But we will see what happens. Alright, well, I don't know if any of you guys watch Channel Fireball draft videos, but Luis Scott Vargas is currently advocating the 7 drops of the set, just like taking all the 7 drops like that and Terrace Worm, which we now see. And you know, since I don't really want to play with Cremate, I might as well do it. The 7-drop challenge, as he called it. Normally I'd take Swift Justice out of this, but we're trying to move out of white, so I'll go ahead and take a Perilous Shadow here. Certainly better than Druid's Deliverance. And I might play Drainpipe Vermin, but it's not likely. And I guess that's sideboard against Heavy Control, and I won't be playing Catacomb Slug. Alright, so we got a decent junk deck going on here, with some nice bombs going, and I think we're in good shape heading into pack 3.